What's up, guys? This is Rise bringing you another video. I go 5-0 in this set at a pretty high elo, around 3100 range. So hopefully you guys can learn some stuff from this 5-0 set and maybe go ahead and copy this team. It's been working really well for me. Had a lot of great coverage and 3 really strong picks here. And just getting straight into the battles, we go up against this Shadow Victory Bell. And I know if I shield here that I can get to another Rock Slide and either draw a shield from him or take it out and win switch advantage. So I do shield and he decides not to shield. So I do take switch, which is huge. He comes in with Deoxys to counter us down, which isn't ideal, but we're gonna go for this Rock Slide here just to chip away. Turn off this music 1 sec, sorry about that. And Altaria, I switch, and then he switches into his Stunfisk. So because we came in with our Altaria, which was smart, now we have the lineup we want. If we had come in with a Azumarill and he stayed in, and then we had a weak Azumarill and an Altaria against Stunfisk, that would have been not good. You saw I did decide to shield that first charge move because when you only have 1 shield, people are generally not gonna bait because they're thinking in their head, oh, he's only got 1 shield, he's not gonna use it here, so I'm gonna go for the hard-hitting move. Well, I'm gonna have to shield something, so I shielded that one. And at this point, we're in a pretty comfortable position because even though he has 2 shields, well, this fast move damage alone is gonna probably be enough. Our Altaria is still really healthy, so he'll need 2 Rock Slides to take out Altaria. You could debatably say I shouldn't have even bothered going for that Ice Beam and just committed to the straight fast move farm down. But he uses all his energy there for that Thunderbolt. And at this point, we can just completely Dragon Breath down. He gets off a Rock Slide here, but he is almost KO'd, and I don't think he stacked up a bunch of energy to get to another one. So we take that game 1. This team has been working well for me. I was running a similar team with Deoxys Defense instead of Altaria, but I decided to switch in Altaria for some more grass coverage because this team struggled against grass. You saw we had a good lead, Stunfisk versus Wigglytuff, and here's the thing, the one flaw with this team, it doesn't have a great Azu counter. So I go for the Rock Slide to weaken the Azu, and this will help me retain switch advantage here now that the Azu has been weakened a bit. You see Hydro Pump coming through, doesn't do that much, and we're still ahead on health, so we should be pretty safe in this matchup. We just have to be careful because their switch timer is going to go up before ours by a little bit. You see the bubbles coming through. Oh, actually, this might be a really crazy play I make if it's the game I'm thinking of. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. I think it is. So I go for this Hydro Pump here. He might shield this to retain switch, and he does. So check out this play. No, okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. It was a different game I was thinking of. I do decide to shield. And then I'm just going to go for this Ice Beam at this point. But I do make a pretty big call here still. So I have to make a call here. I know my bubble just got through. Is this Ice Beam going to KO? I don't shield, and it barely doesn't KO. I survive with 1 HP, and that's huge because it allows me to retain switch. And it's a great thing it did because Altaria does not want to see Wigglytuff. But this game is far from over because Ice Punch is really going to hurt my Altaria. So check out what happens here. He switches into Wiggly, I switch into Stunfisk. You could argue I should have just gone for Earthquake here because I could probably get to 2 Earthquakes before he got to a Ice Beam. I'm not positive on that, but at this point I'm just going to go straight Rock Slide. And this is pretty advanced stuff you're going to see here. So what I'm thinking right now is if I was to KO this Wigglytuff, he still has a shield. So I actually let the Wigglytuff charm me down before getting off the charge move. And then I farm up energy with my Altaria. So this way I'm going to get to 2 Sky attacks to take out this Hitmonchan before it can get to an Ice Punch. So pretty advanced plays right there, to be honest. I was pretty proud of that one. Because if I had tried to take out the Wigglytuff, Hitmonchan would have countered me down and got to an Ice Punch before I got to that second Sky attack. So I actually had to do that play in order to win that. Definitely not a good lead. Let's see how we recover. We're going to safe swap into our Azu. This is always a big call. Do I set a shield? I do shield. And he baits us with a Mud Bomb. I seem to always get those calls wrong. Then he goes in with his own Azu. Okay. We have an energy advantage, so we might be able to retain switch. And maybe this is the crazy play. Let's see. I can't seem to remember. Charge move coming through. It's a Hydro, so he reveals that he's running Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Our Hydro Pump coming through now. And our switch timer is going to come up before his. This was the crazy play. I swap an Altaria into an Azumarill to catch a Hydro Pump. Azu's one of the biggest counters, and he swaps out into his Hypno. Guys, if someone swaps an Altaria in against your Azu, stay in that matchup for gosh sake. But he switches into a Hypno. I know this is most likely an Ice Punch, but I'm actually going to let it go because I know my Stunfisk has a good matchup here, and Stunfisk doesn't want to see Toxicroak, and Altaria doesn't want to see the Azumarill. So at this point, I farm up extra. I go for this Rock Slide, and I'm hoping I can Mudshot it down before he gets to another charge move. It's going to be really close, and luckily I just barely Mudshot him down before eating another charge move. That's huge. Azu comes in. I'm going to go straight for Earthquake. Earthquake comes in, and then we both make a swap. Ice Beam coming through. This is going to be super close. Super, super close. And what do I decide to do here? These counters are resisted, so I decide to actually shield this Mud Bomb. I get off this Ice Beam. I think this might be enough. It's going to be close. So I actually undercharge it. Once again, I undercharge it because I don't want the Azu to farm me down as much. So some more advanced plays. Charge move coming off. Is this a Hydro and Ice Beam? It's an Ice Beam. We barely survive. One more bubble. And oh my god, these games are insane. In rank 10, we just barely get off this Rock Slide with 1 HP in a dream. Flat as a pancake. Stunfisk, he is a flat out beast. The the Galarian Stunfisk. So not a good lead here, but we're actually going to stay in this matchup because like Galarian Stunfisk and Azu, Galarian Stunfisk can hold its own just because it gets to these Earthquakes so quickly. And if we can shield, he actually shields it, which is a nice play by him. And if we can shield a Hydro Pump, that'd be huge, but he's probably just going to go for Ice Beam. Yeah, he just goes for Ice Beam, so not ideal. I'm going to go for this Earthquake, and let's see if we decide to swap out after this. Nope, we're staying in here. I'm just going for Rock Slide to chip away. You could argue I should have went for Hydro Pump there, but I don't. He does a nice job of over farming just before I get to this next Rock Slide. Ice Beam comes in. I'm going to try and farm this Azu down, knowing that I'm probably going to have to eat a charge move. But that's fine because nothing is really going to hurt Azu that much from Azu. And this way I can leave this matchup with loaded energy. So I've got a ton of energy. I almost got 2 Ice Beams. And check this out. He comes in with a Zapdos. I just saw the electric flying typing and I was like, oh my god. He just came with a Zapdos. And I have 2 Ice Beams ready. This is going to do a ton of damage. Zapdos is super glassy. Quick swap into Altaria, and I Dragon Breath down before he can get a charge move off. So now we're in a great position. He showed he had Umbreon, and there was nothing he could do there. Like a half health Azu and a full health Altaria with a shield against Umbreon. That was definitely over. And I believe we have one more match after that quit. Or surrender, I should say. Oh, check this out. Man, if this is the set... This was such a great set. This was such an amazing set. A lot of high level plays. I do decide to show this foul play. And I'm thinking this is probably the Caleb Peng team. Because he showed he had Skarmory in the lead and Shiftry. He lets that go. So I'm thinking he has Meganium in the back. If you're unfamiliar with Caleb Peng, I'm sure most of you know him. He really popularized this line of Skarmory, Meganium, Shiftry. So check this out. I actually am going to commit my second shield here to preserve my Altaria. And I'm going to swap into Stunfisk. So that draws out the Meganium. And now we're going to be able to use our Stunfisk and our Altaria to take this out. And then leave Skarmory to the Azumarill. So if I had stayed in that matchup against Skarmory, I probably would have lost this. Because Meganium with shields would just destroy my back two of Stunfisk and Azu. I'm out of shield, so he Earthquakes me, which is not ideal. But he's only going to get to a Frenzy Plant here, I believe. And Frenzy Plant is double resisted, as you see. Doesn't do much. I try and farm all the way down. I save a Sky Attack. But at this point, the charge moves are kind of unnecessary. Because he still has 2 shields. And his only play really here is to leave this Azu matchup with another Sky Attack. But he's only got 1 HP. Sky Attack doesn't even take me out. And 1 bubble takes out the Meganium. So GG's there. I'll leave the screen running on. That was honestly one of my favorite GBL sets, to be honest. 5-0 in the 3100 plus range. You see the 5-0 there. And you'll see my score bump up a little bit. I peaked at number 52 on the leaderboard. I've definitely fallen a bit. I'm probably around like the 250 range right now, but just to be on the leaderboard is still pretty cool. And I'm just kind of experimenting with teams. This team, after I went on a bit of a losing streak with like a full Shadow team and like a Alolan Raichu team, I went to a pretty meta team to keep my score above 3100, and I'm able to do that here. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, some really awesome battles. I think they were pretty high quality ones. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and check out my Patreon if you want to be a supporter of the channel. I did do these battles live on Twitch, but I was also recording them so I could do the post commentary as well. And if you guys are excited for GoFest this weekend, let me know. I'm going to be doing some cool content. I think I'm actually going to do a vlog for the first time on the channel, and I'm going to vlog my GoFest experience. So leave a like for the vlog. Check that out. Make sure this weekend, I'm sure that'll be a lot of extra editing hours, but I'm kind of excited to expand the content, see how it performs for the viewers. And without further ado, thank y'all for watching. Leave a like for the 5-0 set in rank 10, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.